I prefer that the conductor could be a composer because he has a different view, and he has a different view on the repertoire also, because he knows that it is important to promote the repertoire and to have an audience get in touch with the composition of today. And also it refreshes the idea. When you have played a piece of today, then if you go back to a classical work, you don't go back in the same way that somebody who is just between the four walls of classicism or romanticism. You know, I don't like really specialized people. I find that when you are too specialized, you have the danger to become sterile. Culture is broad. Culture is not only a specialty. I have said with humor, I like specialists only in medicine and surgery, but not for music so much.
Pierre Boulez was truly a Renaissance figure in the history of classical music. The story of his life and career is a chronicle of one of the most remarkably radical musical polymaths, and he had a panoramically wide influence. From being an avant-garde and experimental controversialist, both as a composer and an author in his young years, Boulez became a major international icon of composition, conducting and pedagogy, and without ever losing his appetite for novelty, experimentation and rethinking music right to the end of his very long life. Rethinking not only his own works, but also a huge range of other composers' music that had become his vast conducting repertoire with the world's top orchestras and opera houses.
Generally, when you think you find something new and you are discovering something, your memory is at work. And your own memory of problems you have solved, and you can solve it slightly differently, but that's memory. But on the contrary, when you are looking at a formal problem, then suddenly the memory cannot work anymore because you are confronted with a different situation, and therefore you have to find a new solution. Therefore, I am not against at all if it is only the origin of something. I am not at all against theoretical approach sometimes, because theoretical approach kills the memory, or at least use the memory in a different way. I was very interested then by music from non-Western civilization. That was very interesting for me to listen to music of Africa, to listen to music of Asia especially. And there were also, I mean, there are still two museums in Paris, the Musée de l'Homme, which is